Hello, welcome to my channel. This is a short video to talk to you how things can go a little bit expensive in the hobby. When you first start, you see all these wonderful radios and these very expensive posh piece of equipment, and you'll get price blinded, so to speak, where you must have, I need, and you'll buy and buy. We all do it, but I've done it. And to be honest, my suggestion is, I bought my first radio is a little handy handheld. It is the Yaesu FT4X. Now they're doing an FT65, which is slightly bigger, better power, battery, not power output. It's still only 5 watts, pardon me, and that's about £70 to £80. This was 60-ish. You can get it second hand for about 45-50, but it's still only 2 meters and 70, handheld, 5 watts. If you go to somewhere like AliExpress, now you can get it from radio shops, but like Martin Lynch, Walter and Stanton, all the radio companies, they'll sell you a Quasheng Chinese wonder. Let me just close that up. This does exactly the same as the Yaesu, but on AliExpress it's about 14 quid, with shipping about 18 quid. If you're a new AliExpress user, you get it discounted to about 10 quid. And if you're really clever, you buy 1 or 2 and they sell 1. And that will pay for your shipping and your postage. You can then pay for a handy handheld mic with clips on the side of it from AliExpress, £1.50. That would then suffice you while you're learning. Comes with 2 aerials. It comes with the programming cable. It's all there for you. You do not need to buy a big base station or a big shack in the box while you're still learning. You might not like it by the end of it. So you're spending brand new 1,000, 1,500, 2 grand or up for this, all singing, all dancing shack in a box. Because everybody will say, oh, you need a shack in a box. I've got a shack in a box. I've got the Yaesu 991A. The advantage is it does all the channels you want, and it's all in one box, and oh, it's wonderful, and it's this and it's that. And then other people will tell you, oh no, Yaesu are rubbish, you need to get another brand, and no, this is that. It's basically your choice. It's the menu system you're paying for. They're all basically the same. Filtering slightly different, the audio slightly different, but you do have the menu system. You can tweak them. But the negative buying a shack in a box, you've one box, it breaks, you've lost everything. You know, you can't go on 2 meters, you can't go on HF if your box is gone. And then you have to send it off, get it repaired. You could be out off the air for 2, 3, 4 weeks. Depends if you're sending it back over to Yaesu or you take it to a, I'm going to call it a rig doctor. Can you remember that, being an old CBer, rig doctors? But you can, you know, Other people will buy HF and a 2m70 separate. I've got 2m70 Yaesu 6000 in the car. That stays in the car. I've got, like I said, 991A Yaesu. I've also purchased a Yaesu FT891. I did have the Zygu G90. Lovely radio, built-in tuner. It will tune piece of wet string. Very small. It will run on a 7 amp battery for a couple of hours. Very, very, very small radio footprint and a damn good one. The only reason I sold mine to get the 891 was I wanted a little bit more power. So when I got my intermediate license, I could crack it up a little bit to 40, 50 watts. Not necessarily 100 watts, but 40 or 50 watts. So that's why I got rid of mine. Otherwise, I would have kept it. Who knows? Later on down the line, I might get another one for permanently fitting in the vehicle. If you want to go digital, then you're not compulsed to buy one with a built-in sound card. You can buy external sound cards like a DigiRig. There's 3 or 4 on the market. You choose your flavour. I bought the DigiRig DR891, which is specifically for the Yaesu 891. With that, you need a laptop or a tablet, and then you have to run some software called WSJTX, and then it's a whole different ball game. You don't talk, you just click on a button and say send data. A lot of people say it's not proper radio. A lot of people say, oh, it's not the real thing. Same argument when people started talking about Morse code, I suppose. You know, oh, it's a load of dots and dits and dits and dots and dot dot dit dit. Not talking. They're the people who can't do it. In my eyes, it's still a good communication. It did it, and it still does it. It's just quite hard to learn. I'm trying to learn it myself. So, as I was trying to say, it's not compulsory to spend 7, 8, 9, 10 grand on your radio gear on day one. Aerials. If you got people in your radio club who can help you, you can build an end wire, end fed. It needs either a 9-to-1 or a 49-to-1 unen and 64 foot of cable, speaker cable. You can buy them for 15, 20, 30 quid, depends where you go. If you go and you can go online, I think it's called Radio Stuff. You can buy the kit. Took me 25 minutes to set that up. 25 minutes, a bit of soldering, done. As for the 2-meter system, I had the X50, Diamond X50. I've recently upgraded it to the X200, double its size. I did it because I wanted slightly a bit more height, because 2 meters can be a little bit tricky in my area, which is the Oldham area, which, you know, it's a bit of a dead spot because of all the hills, so I wanted that little bit more to help me. As for the car, you can get a mag mount and a little 2-meter aerial for 10 quid on AliExpress. Week, 10 days, it's there. So it's not quite, and then you can get a slight, it's called a pigtail, where you can undo the aerial like so. Put your pigtail in for your SMA, and it goes on the other end, which is a PL259, and then you get an adapter for that to put onto your coax for your mag mount. So you could still use your handheld in your car. Because you're putting an aerial on the outside of it, it will work better. But transmitting is still only 5 watts. So there's a lot of ways you can save money. And there's a lot of ways to waste money. If I was to give you one bit of advice, and you'd listen to me, which I didn't listen, so I suspect you won't listen, is join a local radio club. They are not there just to help. If you go to a radio club, will help you train, will teach you. I'm going to Oldham Amateur Radio Club. Fantastic. I'm learning my intermediate there, and then I'm going to go on for my full. Become a member, it's free. They'll teach you until you pass, and it's free. You have to pay your license, you have to pay for your exam, which is, I think it's 35 quid, might have gone up to 40. And then that's it, and your membership. The other advantage is, while you're learning, you can use the club's gear while you're being supervised. That means you can learn or remove your mic shyness. So while you're learning, you get to talk to people online, and you'll get to help with other newcomers, and you'll also learn about the radios and what it does, because the exam teaches you nothing. When I say nothing, it teaches you stuff what you'll never use ever again. It is pointless to a point where it lets you get your license for Ofcom, but then you're on your own, unless you're in a club, and then you can ask questions like what aerial, what radio, and if you're really lucky, your club might have members who are selling gear, you know, or you might have members who have gone silent key, so the family are bringing the radios in to say, can somebody use my father's, my husband's radio gear, because he's passed on. That's what silent key is. You can also ask for advice, saying, do I get a Yaesu? Do I get a Kenwood or an Icon? And you can say, well, I'm thinking about buying a, for example, Yaesu 891, 991, 817, whatever. And if you look here, somebody will say, I've got one of them. I'll bring it in next week and I'll show it you, and you can have a go at it. It will then stop you from buying something what you'll go, ooh, I don't like that. Ooh, no, it's not for me, that menu system's horrible. Because it can be quite expensive if you've bought something and you thought, oh yeah, I like that, and then suddenly you think, no, the menu system's not for me, the radio's not for me, I don't like the look of it, I don't like the colour, don't like the menu, the screen display. There's a lot of things that you might not like. So use a club local. It will save you money, it will save you time, it will save you stress, and it will stop her indoors from giving you a load of grief saying, you bought that, you bought another one of them, you bought this, you bought that, you bought this. It saves you a lot of sleepless nights in a way. And then you can move up, you know. Once you've got your foundation license, you can choose your radio if it's like a car. You know, you might live in an area where it's full of noise. So, you know, no matter what radio you've got people around you with solar panels, the old version which gives you loads and loads of RF, or you could be in a flat and you're not allowed to have one. So you might go portable, or you might be like a friend of mine goes walking up and down hills for Sauter and Porter. And that's a different radio altogether. Then you need something light because you've got to carry your radio, you've got to carry your power and your battery and your everything else in a rucksack or in your pockets. So you don't want to carry a big radio. So you could carry one of them on top of a hill. You'll still get out with 5 watts, trust me. You know, you might not get somewhere like 90, 100 mile away, but you'll still get close to, you know, your hits. You know, you only need an hour and a half, don't you? Then you get cold and you come back down. 2 batteries. What's a battery? 15 quid maybe. So, like I said, you don't have to spend straight away, but it's nice to have. It's like, you know, a kid in a toffee shop, you know, or you can buy second hand. So what I'm trying to say, Christmas has been and gone. You might have had a bit of money given you, you might have saved up, you might be waiting for the January sales, or you might be waiting for the shops to come in, or you might wait for something else, and you might think, oh yeah, I've got a bit of money now, I'll go out and spend. You do not have to spend it right away. Spend wisely, spend right, and in the long run it will save you money. That is my suggestion. And I wish I'd have listened to it. You know, I got my license in 2017. I bought a Yaesu Shack in a Box. I think it was a 9897D. I can't remember. 12 months. I got a little bit bored because nobody was teaching me how to do stuff. Sold it and went away from the club. I only came back into it because of COVID, and I felt stir crazy, like a lot of members have, or radio amateurs have. I've now, like I said, I've got the Yaesu 991A. I've ended up with a LDG external tuner on it because the internal tuner isn't the greatest. You know, it'll do a lot of the channels, but with an M-Fed, you're battling with a non-tuned antenna. That's why you need a London at the end. I've got a 4-meter radio, a Philips FM1000. I've actually bought another 2, which I'm going to use one in the car, and then I'm going to decide if I'm going to sell the Philips or this other one. I've ended up with the Yaesu 6000, which is in the car permanently, with the removable head. Now that is a lovely radio. No fancy bits, no split channels, no nothing. It's just 2 meters and 70, but the screen's huge, so you can put it anywhere you want, and there's very few buttons to press. It's just a very simple, easy radio to use. Great for when you're driving. And then, like I said, I've got the Yaesu FT891. I've got a oops, sorry me. I've gone digital as well. I've got the TYT DMR with a couple of access points You know, the access points I did myself with a Raspberry Pi. 25 quid for the hat. Bit of programming. You know, it can work. And then I've got these two radios. You know, I do have more fun with my Quasheng than I do with my Yaesu. Save your money, buy your Quasheng. You can buy 3 for the price of 1 Yaesu. Yeah, so that's all I suggest. You know, think twice, buy once, buy right, and you'll have a fantastic time as an amateur radioist. Once again, it's just a quick one, this. Thank you very much if you've subscribed. Thank you very much if you like what I do. It's still a learning curve for me, as you can see. I'd like more subscribers, obviously. I've got a link on there to buy me a coffee. That'll help buy me some equipment, some mics, some equipment to do reviews. If anybody wants to send me anything to do a review, it will be my review, not yours, even if you supply me the product. If I like it, I'll tell you. If I think it's a waste of money, I will tell you. But please like, subscribe. If you wish to buy me a coffee, go to the link. I really, really hope you support the channel. I really, really hope you will subscribe and like. If you've got any suggestions what you'd want to hear, see, do for amateur radio, please leave a message on the comments. Be nice, you know. There's a lot of keyboard warriors out there who think they get a great buzz about calling and screaming and shouting about people. I expect to get them. You know, I'm 58-year-old. You know, I'm an old man. But yeah, like I said, like, subscribe, please stay around, please help out. Thank you, and have a fantastic 2025. Look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Bye bye.